Hey all, and welcome to my first impressions review of the REEBOK FLOATRIDE Energy 3. So, as this is a first impressions review, I'm just going to go over the basics, the text specs, the pros and cons of the shoe for me currently, and my overall impressions of how this fared for me after having put in around 20 miles. So, first off, what is this shoe? So, this is the third iteration of the quite popular REEBOK FLOATRIDE Energy series. It's a daily trainer. It has a 9mm drop and it has, well, it's 241 grams in weight. So let's get straight on to the pros and cons. Pros for me would be, first off, the price. I mean, I got this for €70 and that is a bargain for me. I mean, nowadays you're paying easily €100 for shoes of this quality, and to get something less, far less than €100 is great, and yeah, absolute bargain. The second pro for me would be the overall comfort, bar one exception. I'll actually mention that in the cons section of this video. But the overall comfort, it feels generally comfortable for me when I'm walking or running in it, and overall it's what you want from a daily trainer that you're putting in daily miles. So that's a very good pro for me. The third pro would be how lightweight it is. Sometimes with daily trainers, they can be quite heavy and clunky, and this is just the direct opposite. So it feels very nice on foot, and it feels like you're just running along at a nice, a nice pace, and it doesn't feel in any way clunky, so that's great. The fourth thing then would be the looks. Now for me, this is an overall looker. I think it's stunning. Now, for some people it could be an eyesore, but for me, I think it looks excellent. And I wear this walking around normally, so I think it's a really nice shoe, but that could be a point of argument with others. So now the cons. Now, the only con for me, there's only one, is hot spots. This is giving me hot spots in my first few miles putting the shoe, which isn't great, and that's led to basically a bit of skin tearing in my toes. So when I'm in a few runs, it's happened actually when I was running along at a 8-minute mile pace, and I just felt a lot of warmth here, and afterwards then I looked at my feet, and basically there was kind of blisters / skin tearing. It wasn't nice. So that is a con for me, and hopefully that vanishes. Maybe it's a case where my feet have to get used to the shoe. Hopefully it is, and I'll fill you in the first or the full review of the shoe. But yeah, that's a con, and it's a bit of a big one. But overall, for me, this is a really good shoe, and really happy so far. So now let's get on and talk about my overall impressions of how this fared on the roads after having put in around 20 miles. Let's do that now. Okay, so overall impressions. Well, as I said earlier, I put in around 20 miles in the shoe, around 3 sessions, and I did one fast session and 2, fairly kind of easy paced runs, and overall it fared very well. It felt very comfortable and very, very good for what it is. It's a daily trainer, so it's not necessarily built for speed, but when I was running a bit quicker than normal, and that for me is around 7.5-minute mile pace, then it fared very well, and it felt that it wasn't struggling with that speed at all. And again, it felt lightweight, and I just went through the air fairly quickly with these. So that's a good thing. And look, I wouldn't recommend this for anything more than daily training, because it's not built for that in my opinion. But, if you want to do slightly quicker miles, you can, put it that way. Now, as I mentioned in my cons section of the video, I did get some hotspot issues when I was running, which isn't great. And yeah, that could be caused by putting in those quicker miles. And hopefully, as I said earlier, it's a case that I just have to get used to the shoe a bit more, and that won't be an issue from now on. But I can't say that now, I'm not really sure. But overall, it fared very, very well for me. I'm quite happy with it, and it's definitely an upgrade, I find, from the FloatRide Energy 2. And I thought that shoe was amazing. So far so good. Hopefully it continues to be as good as I think it is now. So thanks folks, that's it for my overall first impressions. Thanks for tuning in as always, and I'll speak to you on the next review.